So now I am in the area of the where roses are in Madrona Nursery. You have quite a huge selection of plants, of varieties. I see. Which one would you? Which ones are your favorites?
Okay, so at the moment it varies. It changes from year to year. But at the moment I am particularly in love with. Oh, this is just coming out. It is a little bit early for roses, but this is Blue for You. Blue for You is a very nice lavenderish color.
Yeah, you can see in this flower. Yeah, very nice lilac lavender color. Yeah.
Yeah, and also it is quite short, only 60 centimeters.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and
So it's perfect as a patio rose to have
and
in.
it works in many situations. So that's why at the moment it's my favorite, because I use it in all my planting schemes.
And I see that also. I read is also very, very fragrant.
Yes, yeah,
So yeah.
yeah, has many good things about it.
And the amount of buds per
Yes.
plant is unbelievable. You can see, I'm sorry they are not in flower at the moment, but you can see how many buds are coming up in the plants. So definitely when the plant is in full bloom, it's a show.
Yeah, and that is a little bit when I am the person who chooses the roses.
Ah,
Because
okay.
my husband
You're in
is not
charge.
interested in the roses at all, but they do. People want to buy them.
Yeah, obviously,
So
yes.
we have always had them, but when I choose, I try to choose some unusual colors. So apricot and orange and purple and not so
The
much.
classical colors like red, white, yeah.
No, yeah, not so much. I do the odd one, but I concentrate on the more unusual colors.
Yeah.
And also, I choose always only roses that are scented. I think a rose without scent.
Yeah, me too.
Why would
Definitely.
you have that? Terrible. But also I try to choose some that are disease resistant.
Yeah, that's very important indeed, especially in UK sometimes with a very high humidity and in winter they can get
There
easily.
are definitely roses that you can very rarely get them to look good, even with lots of chemicals. And I don't really want to encourage people to use lots of chemicals.
No,
I want them to
absolutely. Yeah, for the
are more
environment
natural.
and for our health as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is a little bit my choice, and I try to make sure there is a variety. So there are some climbers, there are some shrubs, different.
Yeah, according to what customers might need.
So you have a range of things that you can recommend.
What is a plant that you would consider one of the roses that is most fragrant according to your experience?
Of the ones that I have at the moment, probably Blue for You is good. There are one or two of the Duchess of Cornwall, I think, is also one with a good fragrance. She's also quite beautiful.
Ah, this one. Ah, yeah, and actually it's almost in open.
Almost
Sorry that some of the buds has been ruined a bit by the rain and wind that we had.
Yes.
But yeah, it's
But
the color is very nice. It's red and red and white. It's like a mixed color.
Yeah, but when they open, they actually are more sort of apricot orange.
Ah, okay, perfect. I will try to come back another time to see the roses in full bloom. They look outstanding.
Glad you're open again.
Yes, so are we. What a relief. Although it was very peaceful.
Yeah,
No, that's fine. Let's see if we can do anything. Do you want to do the Calycanthus now?
Ah, yeah, sure, yeah. We're going now to, as you know, yesterday I made a video
We are
about
walking past the beautiful
the peonies. Yes.
Let's have a look at that before.
So that's a peony Ito Julia rose.
Yeah.
It's not a very common peony actually.
No, the interesting thing with the Ito peonies is they are crosses between tree peonies and herbaceous peonies.
Ah, okay.
And that was only achieved, I think, in the 60s by a Japanese breeder. Can't remember his name anymore. Which was quite an achievement to be able to cross them. And then he has made many crosses, so there is a range of colors. This is Julia Rose, which is very beautiful. I have also got Cora Louise, which is equally nice, which is white and purple.
Oh yeah, white and purple is quite a different peony for the color. And what is the advantage of these hybrids between tree and herbaceous peonies?
Yes, so you get a larger flower, more like a tree peony flower,
Ah, okay, yeah.
but they are obviously not so tall.
Ah, so they are good also in a, like small gardens,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. But the foliage is, I mean, peony foliage for me is nice anyhow, but it's particularly attractive.
Ah, yeah, absolutely, yeah. I've
With sort of reddish tones and very
yeah.
attractively cut.
One of my favorite is actually the tenuifolia. You have
I
some in
know,
stock, and
that's very
yeah,
nice.
it's absolutely, the foliage is wonderful in that peony. We will have a look later in the greenhouses. Now we are going to see the last Calycanthus in stock here. Yesterday I made a video about the Calycanthus Venus, one of the most fragrant flowers I have, and I bought it 2 days ago, and today Ilva informed me that all Calycanthuses have already gone, but do not worry, because Ilva can order some more, and as for any species in stock and any variety, if there is not one in stock when you would like to order, you can contact Ilva, and she will be able to order it for you, informing you when the date, when the availability date.
Yes, yes. In most cases, there is some wholesale connection or something that we can draw on to get hold of
Perfect.
a majority of plants that people want.
So you can see the Calycanthus. This is the Aphrodite. It's a different variety from the one I have. That is the Venus. You can see actually that the color is also different. The Venus is mostly white. This one instead is a very beautiful pink flower. The Calycanthuses emit a fragrance that varies in intensity. Usually is higher during the day. This Calycanthus has been in the barn tonight, so obviously they are not fragrant at the moment. But yeah, they usually become more fragrant in the morning through the afternoon.
Yeah.
Calycanthuses are very famous to be very hardy plants. They come from the USA, most of them, and there's 3 species, 2 from the USA and 1 from China, and they are all hardy in the UK.
Yeah.
So definitely.
So I think Aphrodite is a cross between Calycanthus floridus, which has got brownish red flowers, and Sinensis.
Ah, okay. The
which
whitish
come from
one.
China. So in that way you get the red color and
Diluted with the pink. Yeah,
Yeah.
the color is very beautiful indeed. And they produce a lot of flowers. They have the Venus that is covered in flower, and you can see actually this Aphrodite is also in
lots of
as
buds.
several buds as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you
It's
for
just-
showing the Calycanthus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's also, I think, it's a beautiful shrub in itself. It has the leaf is nice.
Yeah,
the
the-
shape is beautiful. It has got so many
It
things
is
to recommend it.
indeed, absolutely. You can see the bright lime green leaves and the contrast with the purple flower is absolutely stunning. And they are very vigorous plant. They spread through suckers, so you can increase. You can have a very bushy plant in very little time.
Yes.
So if you have to fill a space with a nice fragrant shrub, Calycanthus is actually one of the most recommended.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we continue with in the greenhouses.
Yeah, I think we will go and look at our propagator.
Perfect. So here is where Ilva and her husband propagate the plants. I have some geraniums, I see.
Those are erodium.
Ah, sorry.
is a relative of geranium.
Okay.
But they want more drainage.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so they are very good for like areas that might face drought sometimes.
Yeah, or if you have a rockery or a trough with gritty soil, they're perfect. And this is a variety called Spanish Eyes. We had it a few years ago. We have never seen it again for sale, so now we have to propagate our own.
Ah, yeah, wow.
But it is a fantastic plant. It flowers almost 12 months of every year.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it's in flower almost full year round.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Perfect. And the flowers itself are very interesting. You can see they are like a pinkish lilac with the dark eye near the center, and with a very interesting veining, purple veining.
Yeah, yeah.
Very beautiful flowers.
It is, yeah. I find it extraordinary that it's not sold more because I find it so attractive. So yeah, Liam has in the last week or two he has taken a lot of cuttings, so that's what you can see, which has been a nice part of the lockdown is that more things like that had time.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you have time to do more
Yeah.
propagation
Because
and.
normally we would have been working very hard, going already to many plant shows, and he would have traveled.
Yeah, orders,
collecting.
customers. Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
So he has had a little bit more time to do things like that. That has been nice. On the other hand, it has also been very strange because we have had to change the whole operation of the nursery.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we will see now how it comes back. We are missing, we normally have French students in the spring, and they have not been allowed to travel for their...
Yeah, obviously yes, because of the lockdown in the
So we are...
everywhere basically.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we are missing a little bit of help. But
Yeah, yeah.
they are coping.
But yeah, well, I can see that you are able to organize yourself very well anyway.
Yes, so this is a really good grass. I would like to show this to you and promote it.
Yeah, sure. It
This
is the color is striking. Is almost a glowing, like the green, lime green, I would say. It
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
and there's actually some red variegations
Some
in
little
some plants.
little red
Yeah.
tints, yeah. So this is a Japanese grass called Hakonocloa, and this variety is called All Gold.
Oh yeah, I can see why.
Yeah. So when it first appeared, it was spread in America. I think we were almost the only nursery who have sold it in the UK. Now it is more commonly available, but yeah, I use it a lot as underplanting in
There's a ground cover.
or in pots. If you get the whole pot, see in the I can show you in the other greenhouse. I have a large pot of it.
Ah, sure, yeah, absolutely. Does it like sun or semi-shade? Okay.
Yeah, double shade is the best.
And probably in double shade is even the bright, the color of the leaves is actually even more glowing, yeah.
So that is a much brighter color. That is a small carnation.
Oh yeah, I can see the very bright red. I say I
And
smell it.
very good fragrance.
Absolutely, the fragrance is incredible. It's called passion. Well, fragrant and red. Yes, I would say a very apt name for this the Anthus.
Yeah.
So the Anthuses are perennials.
Yeah.
How long do they live? How long do they tend to live?
So probably I would say it's maybe sort of 4 or 5 years. It's one of those. It is probably best if you can at some stage take some cuttings and root them and start again.
Ah, okay, yeah,
Because
like
they
to
get
rejuvenate the plant.
Yeah, they'll get a little bit leggy.
Yeah.
Bit.
Okay. The fragrance anyway is absolutely amazing, and the color is very bright. So if you want to, if you like strong colors, definitely the passion is the Anthus for you.
Yeah. This is also a beautiful leaf, I think. I'm much for promoting that people should not only buy for the flower but also for the leaf, because it's a much longer feature.
Absolutely, yeah. And is this deciduous or does
This is deciduous,
it? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So it dies down in the winter and it has this fantastic marbling.
Absolutely. And does it like shade, partial shade,
Yeah,
or
shade.
Perfect. So possibly this one might be good together with some cyclamens that they come up instead in autumn and winter, so you can have a very nice marbled board there all year round. Spring to autumn with Talectrum, and then autumn to spring with cyclamen.
Absolutely, yeah.
And they have also beautiful flowers. You can see these very nice pink flowers of the Talectrum, and obviously cyclamens come in a huge variety of flowers, colors as well.
Yeah.
Here you have one of my favorite ferns. That is the painted fern, the Ursula's red. I have another variety tone, but you can see how the leaves of this plant are variegated from green to silver, and with a very contrasting red stem. Very beautiful in the shade and partial shade. Yeah. So we are here in the plants that like full sun areas.
Let's have a look.
This is a beautiful plant if you like black leaves.
Yeah.
It's a very
It is just about to come into flower.
the
It has a pink.
Sambucus nigra black lace.
Yeah, and it's so the flowers when they open they will be pink. So it's a lovely contrast.
Ah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can see actually even in the camera how dark is the foliage. So if you want a really, really strong contrast with the green foliage of most plants, the Sambucus nigra is the plant for you. How big does it become?
So if you just let it grow, it will make a shrub that is maybe 2.5–3 meters.
Okay, so not huge.
No, but quite a substantial shrub, I would say. But it is a plant that is very good and easy to cut really hard back.
Ah, okay.
And then you can have it sort of 4 or 5 feet tall, and the leaf is much larger.
So it's very manageable as a plant
Yes,
if you
yeah,
want to
and-
reduce
and-
it in size.
And often I have had to advise customers who are a bit timid in the pruning, but actually sometimes it is really beneficial for the plant to cut it hard back, and then you get the effect is much better.
Yeah, usually they become bushier because
Yeah.
they sprout literally as well. We have some nice lilacs, so
Yeah,
these are
some
some of the most
unusual
fragrant
lilacs.
plants. This is the Syringa reflex.
So it is a species of lilac.
Very beautiful fragrance.
Yeah, and flowers about the same time or a little bit later than ordinary lilac. And yeah, really interesting landscape feature.
How long does the blooming last in this lilac?
Should we think maybe a month, 6 weeks?
Okay, perfect. So
Yeah,
it's
but-
quite a long blooming for a lilac.
Yeah, exactly. For a lilac, it's quite.
Yeah, for a lilac. Lilacs are not famous for the well, they fill with fragrance the garden, but
Yeah,
obviously the
but it
effort
is
can't last that long.
Yes. So come and have a look. This is the cercis. This one is called Ruby Falls. It's a little bit. It is quite similar to forest pansy, which you quite often see, but the shape is a bit better and more of an upright tree.
And the color is also very
It's very deep.
unusual, yeah, very
Yeah.
deep purple with green veining.
Yeah. And then we have,
You have several ginkgos.
yes, we have quite a selection of ginkgos, different types, different sizes. A lot of them are grafts of a mutation called Ginkgo biloba troll.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
so troll has large leaves and is a dwarf mutation. But you can graft it on a stem and then you can make small, like bonsai trees.
Ah, okay, cool. How big does this ginkgo become if you just grow it in a garden?
Yes, so it depends on how it is grafted. So this
Ah,
is
okay.
grafted on a stem that is maybe 25–30 centimeters tall, and then the head. So the head becomes larger, but it doesn't grow any taller.
Ah, okay, so
you
actually you can have
in
it
a-
like in a patio.
Absolutely, you can have it
Okay.
in a pot, and then you have the same grafting material, but on a taller stem, so you can have like a small tree.
Ah, okay. Perfect. Yeah,
And
because
that is obviously something that some people sometimes they want, and so you have that is a robinia grafted in the same way.
yeah.
Sometimes people want a little tree inside their door or at the start. of
Yeah,
their
and obviously they don't want to
garden.
ruin the house with the roots going
Yeah,
around.
But it is a nice feature. I do sort of like it.
Is this another ginkgo with longer leaves?
That is Saratoga. And
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's another. There are in ginkgos is an infinite variety of mutations or cultivars.
It's a very ancient plant as well, so
It is a very
it is.
ancient
If you
plant.
want a fossil in your garden, definitely go for the ginkgo. They are plants that are very, very old, like
Yeah.
million years old.
Yeah. We
You-
obviously sell sometimes some Japanese aces. This one happened to be sold.
It's a very well. I can imagine why it's a beautiful, finely leaved
but I have
tree.
I can
Nice
access
colour.
them again if that is what people are after.
Well, acers are always very sought after plants.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
We have some other cornuses here.
Yeah, this is Cornus Kusa Satomi or Miss Satomi. Yes, she is pink and beautiful. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, you can see the very nice color of the flowers. They are white flushed in pink, in quite a strong pink. Very, very beautiful. And you have some more plants at the end of these.
So here is that is a nice grass. The Carex feather falls. It's an evergreen grass.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful in a pot because it falls over like a waterfall. Goes on for the whole year like that.
Are these grasses okay? Do they need regular watering, or they can sometimes, because obviously in a pot water tend to evaporate quite quickly.
Yes, I think you keep a little eye on water,
Yeah.
but they are resilient. Yeah. This is a plant that was extremely popular a few years ago with garden designers. I think it's a very good plant. It was often planted. This is Astelia silver spear, and it was often planted in the wrong place. So it comes from quite wet parts of Chile, where it has where it's in the shade, but it was often planted in bright sunlight.
And obviously this was not a good idea.
It doesn't do it any good. It doesn't grow in the right way.
We have the Trescelospermum asiaticum,
The
Ogonishiki.
Ogonishiki is a very, if you want a bright evergreen ground cover or little climber, it's the plant for you.
It is, yeah, I can see, yeah, the leaves are very, very strongly colored in orange, yellow and green, very strongly variegated. How big does this plant become?
If you grow it as a climber, I think you can get it up to sort of a meter, perhaps.
Okay, so it's
small,
not hugely
small.
big.
No, it's not enormous.
And I read that it has fragrant flowers as well.
Yes, I think the flowering aspect is not so strong, like in the.
Like in other Trescelospermum,
No.
yeah.
It is more the leaf. This is a very interesting plant that we need to show you.
This is, I didn't notice
This is the Amicia zygomeri. So it is a plant in the pea family, and it is a little bit on the tender side. Depending on where you live, you might have to dig it up.
Oh yeah, that's the Amicia zygomeris. Yeah.
Take it inside. But it is very spectacular. The leaf is so unusual.
Ah, yeah, absolutely, and the flower is also very, very bright. Yeah. Is it scented?
Don't think so.
No, I can't detect any scent. No.
But just very.
It's a very beautiful plant indeed.
And again,
very
like
unusual.
we were talking about tropical look. Yes, it gives that
tropical look, yeah, to the garden, yeah.
Yeah, and so does the Tetrapanax. Is a very good. Grows enormous.
And this is hardy as well.
This is also a little bit borderline hardy.
Ah, okay, so people need to be careful.
In a sheltered corner will be all
should be alright.
And here, this is where we keep some almost hardy things or things on the verge. So
you have a ficus, gingers.
Yeah, that is actually a pot plant, I think. But yes, there is. Things like Calycanthus and Aonium is for people who.
Callas,
yeah, they are hardy. They just live here in the winter, but they are hardy. There is a colour with the spotted leaf.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And the Melianthus.
Oh yeah, I have a big Melianthus major in my garden. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, and you can see
this is the Melianthus is a very beautiful plant. You can see the very serrated leaves, and I've done my first video in my YouTube channel. It was about Melianthus major.
This is also this is Calliandra. Is also not really hardy. I think it's for people who have a greenhouse or they can move it inside.
Or a conservatory, yeah.
This is a very strange plant which we need to show to people. It is Rubus squarosus is a New Zealand plant. It has got hardly any leaves, but little sharp ivory coloured thorns. It
Oh,
is
yeah.
in the family with bramble, and you can feel that because when you go past it, it wants to cling to you.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's for those people who like something really curious. And
Yeah,
strange.
absolutely, yeah. And then you have some other papyrus and
Yeah,
some
we have
other.
some
Okay,
papyrus
perfect.
and some not so hardy begonias, which are also very nice for the tropical look.
Tropical look, yeah.
Yeah. Some large ferns, the Blechnum chilens, very attractive.
Thank you. So we continue with the rest of the greenhouses
Yeah.
and the nursery. Where do we go?
Yes.
Yep.
I think so.
Oh, here you have a few selection of plants for also for full sun. What
Yeah.
is this plant?
Yeah. Yeah. So this is an area where I have started to assemble some orders of plants
okay.
for people who are going to collect.
Yeah, you can see how the variegated leafed plant are always very looked for, very much soaked after. What
Yeah.
plant is this one? With some
This is
such a bright.
Spirea,
Okay.
Big Bang double play.
Very beautiful plant,
It's a-
really
yeah.
glowing in yellow.
Yeah. It's good. If you want a splash of color, it's a nice
Yeah.
plant to have.
We have there a plant perfect for pollinators, I
Yes,
suppose.
absolutely.
Surrounded by bees and
Yeah.
bumblebees.
Yeah. So for the late spring and early summer, it's a perfect plant. The Cirsium rivulaire atropurpureum.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see the flower is a very dark burgundy red, purplish red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see from the flower shape it is related to thistles, but it is much
Yeah.
more well behaved. It isn't
Not so invasive.
No, it's not like letting a thistle loose in your garden.
The
But
color is very nice. It's very stunning.
yeah. It goes well together with things like alliums and
It's quite a tall plant. Yeah, I can see.
So just very very
Does it
attractive to
form
mix.
nice clumps? Yeah, you can
Yeah,
see how
makes a
bumblebees
nice,
are
nice, yeah,
like
exactly.
like this
The
plant.
bees and the butterflies, and they all love it. And yeah, it's,
So it can grow like forming a nice clump in.
yeah. Wants to grow somewhere where it is not very dry.
Okay.
It naturally, where it lives in nature, it lives in a sort of meadow where it's a little bit wet.
Okay, so a bit moisty area. Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be very wet, but it's not for the very dry places. This is a very good geranium. The Russell Pritchard is also a plant that flowers for a very long time, so the whole summer makes this nice carpet, which is sort of grey silver and studded with flowers the whole time.
And also these are very pollinator friendly as well.
Absolutely, yeah, with that open flower face.
Yeah.
This is what the pollinators look for. So let's just have a look here. So this is a climbing hydrangea. It's just coming into flower.
Oh, yeah,
With
this is
silver lining.
where you can see the beautiful white flowers that are born in much of an abundance, and they match perfectly with the variegation of the leaves. As you can see, it is this is a very stunning plant, I have to say.
Yeah.
It is
yeah.
so hydrangea petiolaris silver lining.
I use it a lot for garden design because I think it has many features that are good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The color is contrasting with the most of the plants anyway.
I mean the green climbing hydrangea is fine, but I just think this adds something extra
Yeah,
for the time of the
absolutely.
year when it's not flowering.
Yes, we have a nice viola.
Viola, yeah.
Yes.
That's a very choice viola.
It is the first time I've seen this plant here, Viola ederacia.
Yeah.
And you can see
Good
actually.
ground cover. You can see it's sending out lots of shoots.
Oh yeah, you can see indeed. Yeah, the shoots here, great ground cover, the very bright green, and the flowers are beautiful. They are white with a very dark purple. And you can see how vigorous are the plants. They are just trying to spread around everywhere. So yes,
It's a very, like a lot of plants. Yes, it's beautiful, but also we are looking for other good features. And one feature is if it covers a lot of ground, and you can make
yeah, nice ground cover.
it just-
Yes. Does it
It's beautiful.
like some partial shade or?
Yes, sun or partial shade.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's a good thing you could put under your shrubs. This is a beautiful plant. It's only just, because it's morning, it's only just opening. This was a gift from a customer, has come with the plant and said, oh, I think you should have this and you should propagate it, and we have done. It
This
is
is Spheralsia Madrona.
Madrona. So it is an evergreen plant that makes a flat carpet and full of flowers.
Okay.
It's like a tiny Lavatera flower, or
Nice,
in the
beautiful,
mallow family.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Is it a perennial as well?
I said perennial. It's like a little, almost like a sub-shrub.
Okay. Yeah, it's very interesting because many times people, me, including me, have lots of difficulties with weeds. So having plants that are able to cover the ground is great.
So yes, we wanted to have a look at the Peony tenuifolia.
Yeah.
It's now only the foliage, but the foliage itself is exciting.
The foliage, indeed, yeah, it's one of the best finely leafed plants you can get in your garden. And
a single red flower.
And the flowers are beautiful, single red flowers, very, very strongly red, that seem to float among this mass of fine foliage. Very nice indeed.
Yeah, and here we have two contrasting plants. We have, at the back, we have Euphorbia stygiana, is a large spur. Spurge, that's what it is.
Yeah, there are some flowers still there.
Yeah,
Yellow flowers.
so it makes a large evergreen shrub. Again, for the tropical looks, very good. And at the front is a woodland plant from Asia, Ypsilandra tibetica. The flowers had just gone over. They were sort of pale lavender pink.
Okay, and the fragrance you told me.
But also the leaf is very nice. So
yeah, absolutely.
Nice
nice green. So woodland, partial shade and light shade.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so is for this also very unusual plant is a disporum. It's a woodland plant with hanging green flowers, or yellowish green.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, these are the flowers. Okay, I can see the flowers there. Yeah.
But yeah, it's an interesting plant to grow in the shade. And so is this. So this is a very rare Chinese shrub called Helwingia. Grows in the shade. Very small green flowers. So the flowers are not that interesting, but the foliage is very attractive, I think. Makes the shrub to sort of maybe a meter tall.
Oh yeah, green with the new red growths.
Yeah. So Helwingia chinensis.
And you have a nice bamboo there, Nandina domestica obsession, with also variegated foliage.
Yeah, always good. That is a very versatile plant. I use it a lot, and you can use it in pots, you can use it in planting, because it's evergreen and with the red tones. And for people who don't like red, there is another Nandina called Twilight, which is a delicate pink and white.
Oh yeah, you can see here. Great.
So, shall I make a short break and I will see if I can...